Yeah, we've got 2 episodes to get through,
My
so for the sake
stomach
of Ryan...
hurts.
Yeah, for Ryan's sake, let's get this done.
Also, I'm quite quiet on Zencast. Notice my line is a
Yeah, your line's quite small.
Hang on, be careful.
Yeah, fiddle with the fancy box.
Oh, that's a lot louder. That might be too loud.
Anyway, hello. Hello, we
Hello.
are back with Stargate Oversight. This is about the fourth time I've tried to do the intro now before Ryan just keeps going constantly.
Hello.
Hello.
And yes, we have returned with Cold Lazarus.
Cold Lazarus. Sorry, bold lizard. That's what we're calling this episode.
Yes, we got the lizard people here. So normally our thesis of this podcast is to talk about the military, what Stargate has to tell us about the US military and just the ideas of militarism in the West in general. And this episode has nothing to say about that.
I'm just going to straight up disagree with you on that. I think it's got quite a bit to say about the military.
Does it really?
I mean, a bit.
I mean, it's a character focus episode, so
it's a huge character focus. In fact, it's a character you've never seen before.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, it's all for. Oh yeah, this is like the last of the "if you haven't seen the movie, you are missing something" episodes. We're recording the movie next week.
If you haven't seen the movie, this is very much a what? Who that?
I mean, she's played by a different actress.
They're all played by different actors.
I mean, you get the gist of it by watching the episode.
Yeah.
They do fill you in.
Just about, kinda, maybe.
Which I guess does make sense because, like, they're trying to sort of build this huge sort of popularity as a television show, so hugely having to rely on every person but potentially watching to have seen the movie is going to cut your viewership potential. So I suppose it's sort of sensible. And of course, just in general, it might have just been a while since someone has seen the movie.
That makes sense.
Like,
especially, I mean, especially because this is the 90s, so it's not like you could just fucking stream.
90s?
Yeah, I mean, you could go down to Blockbuster and
rent
a movie if your Blockbuster had it.
You couldn't stream in the 90s? What was it, the Middle Ages? God damn! Like,
if you wanted to stream, you had to go out into the countryside and stand in a small flowing body of water.
Thank you, Hope. That is indeed a stream.
Oh yes.
Well, okay. What I love about this episode as well, kind of going into the start of it now. For the first time, it's not the forest in Vancouver.
I tried to say that 4 times and I kept getting interrupted and you got there first. I'm
sorry.
I kept going, but anyway, this episode opens up on the forest of Vancouver. Wait a minute. No, it doesn't.
In fact, it doesn't open up in, like, it's not a forest, it's not a quarry, it's not, like, any of those kinds of things. Instead, what do we have?
A bad CGI desert.
Sorry to tell you this. This is an actual beach that they painted.
No. I was gonna say this is not like this is just like some horrible like sand. They just dumped some like very cheap plastic. They just dumped some very cheap plastic.
It looks so bad. It looks like crappy CGI.
Wait, this is a real? Well, no, this is a real beach.
They painted it.
They basically put something on top of the sand.
No, I didn't think it was CGI. I didn't think it was like graphics or anything. I thought it was just like a shitty set they'd make. I didn't realize it was an actual beach.
No, they went out to... I'd have to go back and double check. I believe this is shot on a local beach, because when O'Neill goes down the dune, you can see the regular color of the sand underneath.
Because I totally thought this just looked like some sort of shitty set that they'd like you'd see in like early Star Trek.
No, I mean they definitely done post processing to get the sky that blue and fucked up.
I mean, there's some filtering, but like not actual like proper like.
They took sand and just put fucking coloring on it.
Okay, no. Sorry, I'm wrong. I misremembered. These were filmed in location at something called the Sulfur Pit, so that would explain why it's yellow.
It's a fucking sulfur mine! Fucking incredible
place! Holy shit!
It's a fucking sulfur mine. It's so good! I love it.
Stank! Oh
god! Yeah, that must have been horrible to film.
They filmed list of movies. They have a whole list of movies filmed here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Top of the list, Stargate SG-1.
Is that why Jack passes out?
Yeah. Actually, Richard Dean Anderson actually passed out on set.
And like, filmed the episode around it.
Yeah, they were like, we don't actually have time to like wait for him to wake up, so let's just rewrite the plot of the episode and say that's part of it.
Two other things were filmed here. One of these was John Doe. That's literally the name of the TV series.
John Doe.
Yep, it's a facility where the mass grave is found in episode 113, Family Man.
Yeah, I'm going to guess since we've never heard of it, it must be a very good show.
I'm sorry, 113?
Yeah, sorry, the 13th episode of season 1.
Okay, that's a distinction. That is a distinction.
And the other time it shows up is in Martian Child. And that is highlighted as the scene Chat in Car.
Ooh, you've got some high-profile filming productions here, right?
I know you said Chat in Car, but it sounds like a really bad like sci-fi name for a place. Chat in Car.
I was like picturing like I don't know, like fucking Herbie.
Wow, that's a reference that I don't know anyone is gonna get.
Shout out to our Brazilian listeners who apparently love Herbie.
Wait, we have Brazilian listeners?
I don't know. Do we? We have potentially one Brazilian listener.
Potentially.
All I know is that apparently the people of Brazil fucking love Herbie.
It's kind of like how the people of Albania really love Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Kind of like... I haven't got anything for this. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, no, they're just filming on giant piles of sulfur. Hold on, I haven't.
Anyway, we've talked about where they're filming. Have we talked about anything to do with the episode?
So yes, they are on this big sulfur pit, and they arrive through the Stargate, and they find a bunch of weird pieces of blue plastic lying around, which they keep calling crystals.
It's quartz crystal. It's quartz crystal.
Can I nerd out, please?
Yep, go on.
I want to put my geology degree to good use. Carter says,
they're not rocks, Marie, they're minerals.
It's granite. It's not volcanic. Granite is an igneous rock. Like, yeah, it's not typically found in your standard surface ejected lava, but it's still volcanic. Like, you get it in intrusions, and you get granitic magma in a magma chamber, even if it settles out. Like,
Can I just ask real quick, am I coming through too loud? Because I have turned my mic up a lot.
No, you're fine.
You're fine, and I can turn you down in post as well.
Okay, I'm not peaking, I'm not going
like... No, you're good, you're good.
I pretty much always
Audacity says, like, you are peaking.
I always turn myself down in post, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright. Anyway, so, this episode starts.
Yeah, we're back at the start now. 8 minutes in, we return to the start.
Okay, that was a lot to say about that weird set, but okay, carry on.
This episode starts with Jack O'Neill going around a planet and crouching on some yellow sand and going, ooh.
Yeah.
He sees a big blue crystal. Well, it's, as Hope mentioned, plastic, but sees a big blue crystal.
Yep, and it's the meth from Breaking Bad, yep.
It's the fentanyl. Limited edition Breaking Bad fentanyl, just in time for Halloween.
Wow. It's like the only one of the few that, well, I think it's the only one you see that hasn't been smashed.
Yeah, all the others have been smashed. Carter is looking at them all and is mentioning they're all damaged. And while
he touches it,
Jack O'Neill is exploring, he gets observed by the blue filter.
Exactly.
Oh, he gets that. Yeah.
He sees the blue filter sees him. He goes over. He takes some of the meth. He goes, "This meth ain't shit."
He touches the fentanyl and immediately opens immediately.
The meth blows up and knocks him over.
Yeah, the blue filter yeets you.
And then after the blue filter yeets him, Jack O'Neill stands up. And what is he looking at on the floor?
Jack O'Neill!
It's two of them, but which one is real?
Probably the one that starts the hat.
Didn't feel like coming into work that day, so he got his stunt double to do.
So yes, the definitely real Jack O'Neill picks up...
Oh, that's a great line. The definitely real Jack O'Neill.
Picks up the gun and the hat and the glasses. Because, for some reason...
And the radio.
For some reason, like, it replicates the body and the clothes, but not the hat, the glasses, or the gun.
Look, the hat is just too complicated, and... and the gun... United States military property.
I guess the writers were like, it's going to be really awkward to just have like a fucking naked Jack O'Neill come back to the gate later on.
Would be funnier though.
Would be pretty funny, yeah.
yeah. So they go back through the gate together, and they're like, "Well, we didn't really find much there apart from this little crystal. So we're just gonna, sample this, and SG-1 is now on standby." So that's the end of the episode.
The fact is, the SGC have gotten really smart. They've got radiation detectors, making sure the teams all get a checkup. Like, they're actually prepared for things. Like, they've learned from what's happened before. Not enough to stop what happens from happening, but,
Well, what does happen?
What does happen is we get a debriefing with our boy Hammond. He tells everyone that they need to come in. And they need to talk about everything. That the planet's empty. There's fuck all there. There's an abandoned sulfur mine, but we don't talk about that. A pile of plastic crystals looted from a healing shop after someone realized healing crystals are bullshit.
Yeah, these are fake.
Wow.
And yeah, SG want to tell. Okay,
This
cool.
crystal shop is a fake.
Rock on, you crazy kids. You're on. Take some leave.
And then Mr. O'Neill goes, I am leaving. And they go, wait, who? Family. I was like, wait, you have? Wait, what?
Yeah, he's in the locker room looking through just this box of this tatty box full of pictures that he's just stuck in there. Which, what does this say about our boys keeping their mementos in their lockers, hey?
They care.
Yeah. Also, we get the tweest fucking flashback music ever as O'Neill looks through the photos.
It's just like, but it might as well just going, memories.
Oh God, it might as well be. Or it's like the South Park flashback sound, and when Cartman wakes up from the coma. Seasons change, time passes by, as the weeks become the months become the years.
That is the South Park flashback.
And then Carter comes in, and I have two notes here. One, this is the US military. Do they not have the budget for separate locker rooms? There's quite a lot of female personnel on base.
I don't think they care. I can't remember.
They have shared locker rooms in the Broccoli Divide as well, but still, like...
No, I mean, I don't know if the US military has... I think the US military has different lockers, but I think Stargate has always been shown to share. Which is weird.
Yeah, they wasted all of their money on, like, the Iris, and then Hammond was like, yeah, we've got no money for, like, different locker rooms now, so we're going to have gender-neutral bathrooms throughout all of the base.
Yeah, I hope you like tempeh ramen for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because that's all we can afford.
Also, my other note is, I'm going to kick you out of the only locker room that exists.
Yeah,
the only locker room on the entire base?
Him out? That seems kind of rude to me.
Colonel,
the line is, girls'
Colonel, this becomes the women's locker room in about 30 seconds.
And it's like, is that a thing they decided? Do they have time frames?
I don't know, but there's no door, and Daniel just walks in like after this conversation is over. So,
but during this conversation, he's looking through his photos, and
can we just skip back just for a second, though?
Yeah, sorry.
Carter, the other line that Carter says. I hate those sandy planets. What are you implying, Carter? That you have gotten sand everywhere?
No, I just think she hates sand.
God damn it.
It's cool. So
God damn it.
No! Set up, reminder, payoff, right. Now
You fucking started it.
I know, that's what I mean. I gave you the setup. Because I'm a good friend. I set you up.
But yes, so Jack is looking through his photos, and Carter sees it, and he goes, I didn't know you have a family. Yeah. To which Jack responds in the very real human way to respond of being, yes, I have family.
In this episode, the role of Jack O'Neill will be played by a Dalek.
Yeah, it's like this is like the most obvious fake human you've ever seen, and everyone's like, "Jack's been weird today."
Looks like Jack's still offended by the fentanyl he took.
Mr. Jack decides he's going to go visit his family that everyone knows about, and no one is confused by the fact that he's visiting his family.
Yeah, and Daniel's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Carter? What do you mean he has a family? His wife left him, his son's dead.
Yeah, his son fucking killed himself with Jack's gun.
Yes, an accidental discharge of his firearm.
Oh my god! Fuck. This episode is also about doing an ND.
Huh?
Negligent discharge, because fucking Carter and Jackson do an ND later on as well.
I'm gonna be honest, I doubt they fall about that.
No, they didn't, but it's just an awkward bit of parallel.
Is this in the movie? Like, explain more. Like, how the hell did their fucking kid get a hold of his gun?
No, it's not really explained.
Got it out the safe. I guess it wasn't locked up properly.
Do you not lock away the gun when you have fucking kids?
You're supposed to, but a lot of people don't. I wonder if that might have been part of it. I don't know.
It's the 90s. Gun safety is for pussies. Real men just leave their gun lying around so they can just pick it up and shoot the home invader.
Yeah, they didn't have gun safety until that communist Obama made them implement it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, gun safety is for libs and cocks. Real men do not practice gun safety. On his way out, Teal'c is like, "Hey, Colonel O'Neill, you said you'd show me Earth. I would like to see Earth.
Please, Jack. Please be my dad, Jack. Can we please play catch together? Please."
I think it's more, God, I am so bored. I have been living in this base for like however many...
I know that's what it actually is, but I still choose to interpret it as Teal'c wanting Jack to be his dad.
Teal'c does not need a dad. Teal'c is a dad. He doesn't... Come on.
It's like, please, you promised you'd play catch with me.
Which is funny because that's what half of Jack's memories are, just playing catch with his kid.
Yes.
And now he has a new friend to play catch with, who is Kratos, who would like to play catch instead of killing gods for a change.
I really didn't think that, and now I'm just like, what?
I did think that.
But yeah, so we return to our boy, Fake Jack, and luckily we find out this is not his intention, but as soon as he arrived at the house, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking terminate Jack's family.
Because after Teal'c gets shut down, Carter and Jackson are hanging out and talking about the crystals. Jackson gets owned because he doesn't know what electromagnetic EM means.
Not meant to be anything other than archaeology man.
He's the archaeologist and the smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was the fucking science guy. Why would he not know that? I know what that is.
But this was also the 90s.
Yeah, but I know what that is.
This is also where Jackson tells Carter about Jack's family, which I can summarize thusly.
Oh, how awful. Did he at least die painlessly? To shreds, you say? Well, how is his wife holding up? To shreds, you say?
He shows up unannounced to his fucking ex-wife's house. He's being completely monosyllabic, and no one's reacting to this whatsoever.
It's the 90s. You could get away with this.
And I think my favorite part of this whole exchange is where his ex-wife Sarah is like,
wife,
you think you're coming here just to waltz back in? You're just waltzing back into my life, and then fake Jack is just like, yes, I am waltzing back into your life.
Take me to him.
Take me to my son. I can't find the wife. I found it.
I would like to see our son, who is definitely alive, isn't he?
We also meet
Please release my wife.
We also meet her father, who was like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Why are you fucking with my... You made my daughter cry.
Also,
I will.
I despise you, fuck you, but also, would you like to come inside and have a cup of tea?
I mean, he's a reasonable human being.
Okay, fair enough.
But if you fuck with my daughter again, because he literally left her when this... Well, you know what I mean. Things went to shit and you just, went into military mode instead of dealing with it. So, don't do it again. I will fucking murder you. But you can come in and have a cup of tea.
Going into military mode, almost like this episode does actually say something about the US Army.
She's doing it again.
Doing what?
Making sense. Anyway.
Fuck you.
So yes, but we interrupt this moment of weirdness to return to the base where Teal'c is watching some cool guys on TV doing some praxis.
Yeah, someone has bought Tilka TV. He's watching Antifa kicking ass and taking names.
Throwing bricks at the cops and setting them on fire. It's really cool.
Music. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah. Mine note here is like, I do not have enough 90s pop culture knowledge to know who he's watching on MTV right now.
I don't either, and I love 90s rock and roll. But what I can tell you is, I love this trope. Alien watches human TV for the first time and is confused. This is straight out of Leeloo Dallas Multipass. What's that movie? Fuck. The Fifth Element. This is straight out of The Fifth Element.
I have actually not seen The Fifth Element.
Have you not?
I have not, no.
Might be a bonus candidate. Don't know.
But anyway, so Sam and Daniel come in and they're like, "Hey, we want to talk to you for a second." And he's like, "No, fuck off! I'm trying to watch TV. This is cool." I don't think they have Babe Station in the US.
Ooh, what's this? Babe Station.
I think that's a UK thing, honey. I mean, they have similar. They'll have similar stuff, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, so I'm just using Babe Station as my cultural touchstone.
Yes, this is Dr. Hope Frail, who is our local Babe Station expert.
Yeah, no, I'm one of the babes off Babe Station, voted fluffiest tale for the past 5 years running. No one else ran.
So the way it works in a Babe Station is that you call up, you see Hope on the telly, like, gyrating and whatnot. When you actually call up the number, it's just some random woman in an office somewhere, and that woman is me.
Yeah, you're watching me on Twitch. You ring up, you get Octasia on the phone, and then about 30 minutes in, Ryan interrupts on the phone. It's like, you need to pay more credit card.
Yeah, just the guy, just the guy on the phone being like, yeah, Ryan, I can get behind this. Just keeps going.
Yeah, you just suddenly get, hello there, how you doing?
Oh,
it's me now.
Please.
They can pay me.
So yeah, this is where your Patreon bucks go, folks.
I'm poor.
Yeah, give us money on Patreon.
Poor. Fuck you. Pay me.
So yes, so the reason that they have come to interrupt Tialk watching Babe Station is that they're like, hey, so we think that these crystals were probably destroyed by gold weapons, and we want to test this theory by borrowing your stuff and blowing it up.
That is more powerful than anything man really knows, essentially, in small terms of like that kind of size arms. And we're just going to fire it in a room in the base at a crystal.
Well, not just any, but I think they literally say they're firing in the fucking gate room.
They do take it to the gate room, and the alarm...
Yeah, the alarm goes off, and Hammond is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Stop coming everywhere!
We've only got so much window. We've only got so much cleaning supplies.
Yeah, it's like, Tilk's like, did you get permission for this? And Carter and Jackson are just like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got permission for this. This is not an ND. We haven't done anything wrong.
God damn it.
I love working for the US military. I love having zero consequences for my actions. Zero consequences for doing experiments in one of the most top secret secure places on the planet. I love
what you don't actually understand is that you can actually get away with those kinds of offenses in the US military if it's funny.
So it's just like speeding when you're listening to Eurobeat.
Exactly. Like Hammond comes in there and he's like, you know what, Carter, Jackson, Tialk? That was an incredibly irresponsible thing you did right there, and I would be right within my duty and diligence and whatnot to court-martial you right now, but it was a good bit, so I'll let you go.
As long as it works out, as long as it gets data, fuck it.
Yeah, welcome to the US military, where we're paid to do bits all day long. That's all we do.
So they analyze it, and they find out, you know what? Certainly was the fucking gold that did this. But before we learn more about that, we return to the definitely real Jack O'Neill.
The definitely real and Irish Jack O'Neill.
An alien like Crystal learning about grief and going, what the fuck? Why does this exist? What is the purpose of this?
Honestly, I mean, it was very clear. Obviously, it was very obvious at this point that, you know, this is not the real Jack O'Neill, but at the same time, I was still feeling really bad for like this fake Jack, because when he was like picking up things like the baseball glove,
it's Crystal Jack.
Sorry, Crystal Jack.
There we go.
Oh, so crack.
When he was picking up the glove and like the blanket and stuff, you could see that he was actually like genuinely feeling the pain of the grief. And
His name is Richard Dean Anderson. Gets a chance to flex his acting chops, and he does really well. Like, it's a very good scene of someone expressing grief in a TV friendly manner. Like, I know everyone does it differently. I've got quite a bit of experience with grief.
Yay!
Even if one of the times it happened, I was too busy.
Yeah, it is just like
because,
really like
the wake poisoned half the attendees.
Like, he starts cradling the blanket. He's actually like really felt. He's like sobbing, and Sarah comes in and sees this, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
He's opened up. But I would like to make one key detail for something I'm gonna say at the end. He is sobbing. He is not crying.
All right. Fucking details here.
Yeah, no, I will admit, I went back and checked this just to make sure that my point was salient and made sense. And there wasn't 50 million holes in it, so I'd get owned, but yes.
Anyway, moving on from the crying sad man.
I mean, also, I want to say, Sarah kind of looks like Carter with darker hair and a bit older.
I didn't want to say.
She kind of does.
Yeah.
She does kind of look quite similar.
Just less blonde Carter.
Well, they have sort of implied a kind of potential romance there. So I'm like, is this like on purpose to be like, yo, Jack's
it may not have even been deliberate, but yeah, no, I do believe Jack has a type.
His type is blonde or dark-haired, short-haired women.
Unfortunately,
you know what?
This theory doesn't fall through because she has long hair in the movie.
Yes,
okay.
But this character is the new character.
That's true. In the movie, it's Kurt Russell.
Wow, that's really progressive. Yes, yeah. It's really progressive. It's really progressive to sort of change the gender barriers there.
Yeah, I mean, Kurt Russell.
We have to respect him. We have to respect him for really challenging gender roles in the movie.
Kurt Russell, the first wife.
Kurt Russell, male wife.
It's like it's actually like Jack and Jill, where
no, not Adam Sandler. No.
Kurt Russell plays both Jack and Sarah.
You mean baseball?
So yes, they're in the house together, and he's like, "Oh yes,
is
do
this
you remember
your
the
human
game
emotion
that we used to play
of
together?
Is this your
the human game
of
with
baseball?
the ball? Yes, that game, human baseball with ball."
And then she absolutely loses her shit when he starts off about the Stargate. Like,
yeah, please, you have to understand. I must play this human game again with our dead son, and then I must take dead son to the Stargate.
Can I just say, the fuck is a Stargate? Is a great.
I think that should be like that should have been the first.
What the fuck are you talking? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is a Stargate? You're just making shit up again.
But yeah, Jack having like.
To be fair, he has changed.
Crystal Jack having understood grief. Well, at least goes to leave. And then stays because Sarah's grieving as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I actually feel really bad for you right now."
So Crystal Jack sits down and has a heart-to-heart with Sarah.
Yeah.
But which we don't actually get to hear because we go back to the base to see some bad CG.
Okay.
It's some weird science.
Or is this just
low budget? We'll go with low. Yeah,
it's bad CG now.
Because both Carter and Jackson look at the crystal and it goes, "Poof! Look at my face." Except it's your face, and I've stolen it.
Wow! And then they do the one joke they have with Tialk every time, where Sam goes, "Hey, I would love to study this crystal at Stanford University," and Tialk is, "What is a Stanford?"
When they don't know what to do with him, it's just ha ha man.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah,
that's the joke. And like I would like hopefully Teal gets used more at some point rather than just fish out of water.
You will get a lot more Teal'c. You will also get Teal. You'll get more characters involved around Teal'c as well, and Teal'c gets his own Teal'c on Earth episodes.
Oh god, I can't. That's gotta be amazing.
I can't wait until we have Teal'c understand human culture enough for him to start having like weird pop culture special interests.
I want Teal'c to start playing God of War. I
have decided that I am one of those libertarians.
I think if you're smart enough, if you're clever enough, you can drive a car without a license. You can go on a road without a license. You can own a toaster without a license.
It's like, I love that logic. It's like, you can drive a car. Hell, you can own a toaster. Get it? Because people want...
Well, as you know, according to the Constitution of the United States of America, you have a right to travel, right? And thus, my right to travel unimpeded means that I should be able to drive a car wherever I want.
Yeah, but by that logic, I can just wave my British passport in someone's face and go, Her Britannic Majesty herefore and whenceforth lets me to go without holding me up.
Well, actually, there's a big problem with that, because they'll look at your passport and go, yeah, well, Her Royal Majesty's dead.
Shit, that's what... I have...
Go get a new passport.
No, to be fair, I have one of the horrible blue passports. No.
Yeah, so do I. They're not even fucking blue.
Get my red one back.
They're like... I thought they're like navy blue. No, they're not. They're fucking black. They couldn't... Yeah, Brexit happened. They couldn't even fucking get blue passports right, dickheads. Now, you know what is blue?
Waffles?
The crystals in this episode!
Do you know what's also blue?
The meth from Breaking Bad?
Jack O'Neill when he comes back through the gate and gets arrested for the crime of being Jack O'Neill.
Well, we're not there yet. We aren't there yet.
Oh, yeah, right. This bit. Carter's face looks out and goes, help. And then, before shit can happen, the stage notes say, alarms and decorum, and Jack O'Neill comes through the Stargate looking very annoyed.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Arrested.
He's like, what do you
Why
mean
would you leave me behind,
I?
you cunt?
You know who I am.
Oh my god, that's just imagining like.
Do you know how bad that solver could have been for me?
Abandoned on an alien planet, gone wrong, gone sexual.
No, I don't want that. No.
But yes, yeah, he gets put into fucking custody, and he's like, we have to ascertain whether or not this is the real Jack. And it's like, it's very obviously the real one! This guy actually talks, he's not monosyllabic, and he knows about who his family are, unlike the other guy.
And he's really angry.
Yes! Hey, but while they're trying to establish all of this, we're back to the park.
Yeah, we're back with Sarah and Crystal O'Neill, who have gone to the park, which, can I give the show kudos for not setting this episode in autumn?
Yeah, but...
Because, like, most shows, like, most romance bits that feature, like, grief and stuff as a subplot and reconnection, they always do it in autumn. It's always done in autumn, and this is done...
Yes, but also because this is a TV show where they have to keep filming episodes. I doubt when they made it, they were like, we are filming it now. We cannot wait until the fucking autumn to, like...
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because we are expected to keep continuity. You can't just have the leaves falling out of the trees. No, they do it. They just like fake.
So yeah, they're sort of seeing kind of.
Why is it so random?
What I enjoy is that the scene kind of starts with a bit of an awkward silence because Sarah doesn't really know what to say. Like she's very surprised about what's going on, and of course, fake Jack is not human, so doesn't know how to talk to people.
We get two people sitting together, two people who have social anxiety and do not know what to say to each other. God, what a familiar situation.
So relatable. I know. I can relate.
But hey, we do come back to this. They have a nice talk, and it comes back to last week's point about what military service, what Black Ops does to people, and how it makes them become cold and closed off, and how they have to form armor to protect themselves. On top of everything else that the world throws at you, and that's what Sarah's problem is. How Jack, when hurt, fell back into his I must not get hurt, I must protect myself shield, and that was really hard for her. And Jack is like, I ran because you were mad
at
me.
Which... yes. Also, he's like, are you mad at me? Well, let's see. You left a firearm easily where a child could find it, and he killed himself with it. So, was I mad at you? The answer is, yeah.
You got our child killed indirectly through your lack of gun safety.
Guns
so
are
yes.
safe. Guns are safe. They're fine. Guns have never, ever killed a person.
Yeah, I'm just going to wave this 1911 around. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
No.
But they're trying to...
Bullets are evil. Bullets are
exactly, guns...
They think and they track you down.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns.
Pull a whole horse.
I was going to make a joke about the colony from Destiny, but yeah, no, the autonomous tracking stand and the tracking bullets, hell yes.
Yes, just like part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, dude's got to be
gay. Very much not gay. He gets very... Yes, that... I mean, some of them are, but Mr. is very much not.
Mr. in part 5, on average, shoots himself once every 4
despite
hours.
Despite his relationship with Giorno, which...
No, dude very much stares at the women.
He's a fucking JoJo character. They're all gay.
We stand by King.
Fuck it, Mr.
Things aren't going so well.
But yeah, as Crystal Jack and Real Sarah are having a nice heart-to-heart moment, suddenly...
Yeah, they're playing Skyrim, they're playing the mod where
a heart attack! A heart attack! Colonel, what's going on?
No! Have you not seen this?
No. I've not seen that mod, no.
Yeah, there's a mod for Skyrim where you can have a heart attack.
Oh god, it's like the fucking plot of Far Cry 2, where you have to constantly find malaria pills, otherwise you'll just die of malaria.
Yes, it is like that, only it's in Skyrim. And it plays the little boom. I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, no, when you're having a heart attack and it plays like the low HP jingle from Pokemon. Our boy, Crystal Jack, collapses onto the ground. He starts doing some weird zappy shit.
Yeah, dude is having like the worst. Crystal Jack is not having a good day. And what illness makes you glow from inside and writhe on the floor in pain?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that because we have to return. We have to return to the crystals. Yeah. So we're doing a medical exam on a real Jack, and the doctor's like, "This is Jack O'Neill. DNA says it's him. It's fine. It's him."
Jack. And it's like, yeah, this is Jack. He's your boy. Don't know what about the other Jack, but this is your Jack.
So they're sort of talking about the crystal, and it takes them about 2 minutes to find the most obvious conclusion possible from this. Be like, I think this crystal thing might be copying us.
I think this crystal thing was damaged by Gould staff weapons.
I mean,
maybe
they shot it with Gould staff weapons.
Crystal Carter pops the face out again, and it basically just explains their whole deal, that they were just cool little crystal people living on the happy planet until the Gould decided to show up and fucking murder them all.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what happened is a Gould touched the crystal and, like Jack, got an instant fentanyl overdose and died.
So they're like, okay, we're going to blast all of these crystals.
Anyway, I started blasting.
So yeah, they figure out what's going on here, and they realize that the energy is breaking down from these crystals, and they're all slowly dying. They also realize, oh no, this is potentially going to, if it's a much larger crystal like the one that got Jack, then this is going to release a large amount of potentially ionizing radiation. So let's hope that this Crystal Jack doesn't have any crazy black breakdowns where he starts to die and starts to have weird zappies over... Oh no. Oh no. And then they're like, so what about that Jack? Where do you think he would have gone?
Well, he's not on base. He's not at his house fishing.
And then suddenly someone is like, hey, we just found that a J. O'Neill has been admitted to a local hospital.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Teal'c is told to cover your shame. Here, take this hat from Chicago.
Cover your shame, meaning his fucking Gould.
Also, I'm sorry, if a regular person saw that who was just known for the game, would they think, oh my god, alien, or would they think, hey, weird tattoo guy?
Yeah, I don't get... Yeah, it's a weird choice. Like, everyone would see that and just go, huh. I wasn't aware that was a fashion.
Now, what I do understand is where Hammond is like, no, you cannot take your laser rod with you.
Yeah, do not take the laser rod. Yeah, take the trank gun that looks like an M16.
Yeah. Well, that is a thing.
They're never going to get over it. That's just going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Also a thing again in the next episode.
They're proper trank guns in the next episode. I challenge you.
Are they?
Yes. Go back. I've literally got the episode.
Okay,
we'll look at it later, but they are proper trank guns in the next
Yeah,
episode.
so they are like, alright, whatever you do when you get down to that hospital, do not tell anyone about the Stargate initiative, because that's really bad. People should not know about this.
Yeah, people do not need to know about them.
For the last sort of section of the episode, where it all takes place now in the hospital.
Dr. House. Dr. House, huge lorry, runs out saying, I can't fix this!
Huge
Dr.
lorry?
House, played by huge lorry.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not... anyway... we are not looking to be sued by Mr. Lorry in any...
Why would he sue us for calling him huge lorry?
Never insulting his... Wait, I don't know.
No, it's literally just a mispronunciation mistake. It's funny.
I know.
Has Benedict Cumblesnatch has not sued anyone for mispronouncing his name, so I think we're fine.
I didn't think that was actually intentional, though. I thought you just actually said his name wrong. But yeah, so our boy is really doing bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he's writhing, he's levitating, his head is twisting 360 degrees, he's speaking in Latin.
And, no, he's not, but yes. But he is, what he is saying
Sarah
is like,
has
please,
no fucking idea
please,
what's going on.
I must get back to the Stargate.
What's the
Tell them.
What's a Stargate? But of course he looks around he looks around the place and he's like, oh my god, this is where our son died. And sort of Crystal Jack is sort of slowly actually at last kind of piecing together what happened.
Two and two together. He's made four, but unfortunately he's done it a bit late as really starts to break down. Yeah. Everyone...
Yep, he's zapping everywhere. All the fucking EKG machines, and hospital lights just getting fucking blown the fuck up. So... if there were any patients in there all of the patients on there that were relying on life support, they're all dead.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't they are just in a standard A&E bed, so there shouldn't be any life support patients nearby.
Oh,
the life support patients
okay,
care, which is elsewhere, and critical care is normally shielded.
Works with medical shit. All right.
Also, this is the 90s. They didn't care about any of that then. It's fine.
I mean, we do get a great example of 90s lack of giving a shit in a couple of scenes, because Carter gets it's Jack. Jack gets yeeted into just a shelf of drugs that are just out in the open.
Yeah, it's not the 2000s. It's not the late 2000s yet. The heroin crisis, the opioid crisis hasn't kicked in yet.
Well, yeah. Why would anyone steal drugs?
Yeah,
why?
fentanyl, the magical drug, where if you even see it, you explode immediately.
Drugs are good. Don't need to steal them. You just need them when you need them.
Yeah, it's not like multiple heroin capitals of America were popping up every other year.
Well, our boys in blue arrive at the scene.
And our guys and gals in green show up and immediately get into some classic 90s anti-radiation gear.
Oh yeah, they put on the fucking hazardous environment suit. And that weird techno music from the start of Half-Life and you put on the HEV suit starts playing.
They break in there with they find a crowbar on the way in.
They accidentally do the resonance cascade.
Yeah, that's what happens if they leave Crystal Jack uncaptured. This is why we don't have Half-Life, because SG-1 saved us from the Half-Life universe.
So they arrive in. They got their fucking
suited,
suit up.
Still carrying M9s.
Of course. Listen, you have to take your gun everywhere. You can't leave that behind. It costs money.
And if you leave your gun lying around, your kid might pick it up and shoot themselves with it.
Your kid that's visiting the Stargate facility might pick it up and shoot
Bring your child to work.
Child. Imagine how many kids got lost to the alien planet if that...
Yeah, look, we've got a bunch of new recruits today.
Space Jeffrey Epstein is loving it.
Oh no.
So yeah, they arrive in the ward, and Crystal Jack is sort of crumbled up on the floor, and he's absolutely fucking terrified to see the SG-1.
Yeah, but Jack does the smart thing. Like, he just like, hey, we're not here to hurt you. Look, here's my gun. It's on the floor.
And for some reason, like, they put on a bit of emergency backup power, and that for some reason makes it safe for them to take off their
after
radiation
they get blasted
suits,
into the wall of drugs.
Radiation is completely controlled by...
But yeah, so finally we have Crystal and Real Jack face to face.
So it's almost like the last part of Face Off.
And yeah, they sort of have this heart-to-heart together, where we learn what our boy Crystal Jack was actually trying to do.
Yeah, it turns out Crystal Jack, not quite as malevolent. Like, he tried to fix Jack
he
after
basically
Jack got exposed to the fentanyl, and then...
And then, yeah, when he touched him, he found that he did not have much physical damage, but what he did have was...
emotional damage!
Yeah, and so, sort of not understanding how humans work, he tried to go back to the Stargate, because he was like, there's something up with your son, you are missing your son, so I'm going to find your son and bring him to you to heal your emotional damage.
Yeah, but... this is because turns out the aliens do not understand the concept of individual death
no, they don't.
and
they're crystals.
Suicide, which is what makes this
They're
whole
crystals.
thing.
They have like kind of a really
sweet
sweet heart-to-heart scene where sort of Jack not only has to sort of teach him about sort of death and all of that, but also kind of teach the crystal guy about his own mortality in a way, because he's like, I'm really sorry, but like your crystal people, like the gods have killed them, right? Like, you aren't going to really be able to recover from this. Just like I can't get my son back, right?
It's a nice little parallel, and it'd be nice if the parallel came up a bit more next episode, but anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, and they sort of have this really sweet little heart-to-heart together. And they come out of the room together. Now, apparently, he's completely fine. He's not zapping anyone anymore.
I think it's because he's shrunk, because Crystal Jack is now in the form of Charlie.
Yes, he is.
Sarah
and he's
has
like
no idea what is going on.
Sort of greets Sarah, so they can have like together, have like a proper like send off and say goodbye to their kid, basically.
No, the worst part about all this is he just walks out and goes, "It's not your son. Bye." It's like, wait, you just showing her dead kid and going, "Oh, by the way, not our son." Anyway, gotta go Stargate.
Yeah.
Yes. I know she can figure it out, but also trauma, grieving parent, and it's just such a weird way of doing it, Jack. It's just like in the scene before, the crystal kid literally goes, "Hey, is Sarah? I'm sorry, is Sarah O'Neill still here?" And I'm just like, please don't tell me they're going to introduce the kid to her. That's just an awful. And then the very next second, it's like fucking goddamn.
Well, okay, Ryan. In fairness, I think she can probably figure out it's not my kid.
We've tied it off with a nice little bow.
So yeah, then they return to the Stargate, and the episode ends.
Yeah, the episode ends. The plot line about Sarah O'Neill wraps up. Don't expect to see her again. And
wait, really?
Yep.
No,
never again.
Never again in the show.
Nope, she gets mentioned once.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Once once in the future.
Oh my
That's
god,
it,
why? Jack, please, you have to address your emotional baggage!
I really think this is straight up we do not want to ever reference the movie ever again. This is us ending the movie.
But this is really important for his character!
Yes, oh god, yes it is.
It's not, because we will see some stuff related to the movie
so
later.
What?
This plotline is just we have ended this plotline. Jack has gotten over his son.
No, he hasn't.
And also, he's supposed to go back and explain to his fucking wife what was going on.
Off screen,
or at least just try and reconcile with her. But like, okay, no, fuck me then. Fuck me for caring and investing my fucking emotions into this relationship.
I will double check, but I'm pretty sure it is.
This really feels like they just went, fuck it,
Oh
we
my
want to when they were Carter, we're not even going to reference the fact that anything happened.
God, because I was like, oh my god, this is for once a very well-paced episode. It wraps up a little bit nicely. There's that thread there. I'm very interested to see later on in the show how they're going to sort of reconcile things together, and whether or not they will.
Still acting.
And then you all just tell me, oh, they're not. Oh, okay.
She's really good at her job. The dad actually plays a realistic parent.
Cool.
And then it's trauma over.
Sarah O'Neill is next mentioned in... Guess which season?
7.
5.
7.
I was right!
Sarah O'Neill is next mentioned in season 7, and
yeah, so
Jack doesn't comment.
We'll get into that episode in about 4 years. In about 3 years.
Character exists, and then we're gonna hear Sarah O'Neill. We're gonna go, who the fuck's that?
No.
Yes,
Carter asks him about Sarah. I
want to point that's season 7, right? And this show has 10 seasons.
Yes,
and from what I have calculated, it will take us 4 years to finish this whole show. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to remember that by the time that comes up.
Pin it in the group chat.
Pin in group chat. Jack has wife.
Yes, pin.
Yeah,
wife.
let me just hold on. I'm just renaming the group chat. Can I rename? Oh yeah, Stargate. Jack has wife.
We're gonna forget why that's a thing until it.
So yeah. So to wrap up this episode now, what else did this episode have to say about the military? Nothing.
Screw you, I have a lot to say.
oh, okay.
So, first things first, I'm going to crib from Kill James Bond about men expressing emotion. About how in modern cinema, men do not cry, they get it's the angry cry. We're not quite there with this, but O'Neill never sheds a tear. I know it's Crystal O'Neill, but it's based off O'Neill. No tears. Crystal O'Neill never sheds a single tear. He's seen being upset, but he can't cry. Men are not allowed to cry. And I think it's just an interesting little bit of a cultural thing, seeing even back then...
I'm sorry, what do you mean even back then? Are you under some weird impression that it was a lot more progressive back then? It was worse back then! What are you talking about? No.
I've seen quite a lot of recent films where men outright sob, so I don't know.
No, but even so, I don't know. Was there ever a point in cinema?
Obviously not, but was
there a point when it was okay for men to cry on film?
Women being military active movies and assassins, do they cry a lot in those? Honestly,
I mean, yeah, but are these very manly military?
I mean, yes, because you can find instances where not, but a lot of portrayals, especially at this time, of women in action movies, they are the emotional.
I watched too many B movies of women action movies, from Red Letter Media stuff, where it's just no, they don't emote at all.
I mean, not every fucking woman in a movie is Ellen Ripley, and doesn't have to be anyway. Doesn't have to be, but I would like
more women in action movies to be like Ellen Ripley and not shave their bush.
What a fucking Alien.
No, I know that, and not something what? Sorry?
Sigourney Weaver in Alien.
Shave her bush.
No.
And not shave her bush. Have you not heard the story?
I don't think that's actually true.
So the story is, in the Cryosleep scene, they spent $5,000
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's actually true. It's a funny anecdote, urban myth. I don't think it's actually true.
Bush, and I went,
sorry. We are going to have to talk about Alien. I guess Aliens has more to say. Because the first movie doesn't really have much to say about the military, because they're kind of... Yeah, exactly, because they're sort of a corporate type thing. There's not really any military to speak of in that. But Aliens, on the other hand, if we want to talk about our fucking crayon-eating Marine boys...
Yes!
Oh boy! Does Aliens... does Aliens have the thing to say about our crayon-eating moron Marines?
But getting back to this episode, what it says in the troops, I already made my point, but this episode... What this says about the military is it says the same as... what last week said about the military, that we don't check up upon our chaps a lot, that people in the military develop unhealthy coping habits and it stays with them for the rest of their lives and damages their relationships. This is like Jack doesn't even have PTSD. Like Jack just has an unhealthy coping mechanism. Imagine if he had full on PTSD or something. Like that would make the whole thing even worse.
I would say he probably does.
Honestly, I would disagree. Jack very much does have PTSD.
Themselves with your
okay, he has PTSD about that. I was just referring to general military PTSD. Also, I guess in a way, the military... I don't know. I don't think the military would be firearms casual, but in a way, being exposed to guns that much might like make you less aware of them and their hazards. So, also another thing to make note of.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think we've said a good amount about this episode. What I would like to say as well, as while Hope did find some very good points to make about the military, and while we didn't say as much to say about it, but what I would say of all of the episodes so far of the show, if you were just randomly going to pick an episode of SG-1 to watch this episode. It's really good.
It's a good character piece. It's very personable, and it doesn't require too much knowledge of like the space alien stuff to make it work. Because, funnily enough, even though Crystal Jack is a crystal, it's a very human episode. Yeah,
he's a very human crystal man. He's a real boy. Yeah, at the end of the episode, Crystal Jack becomes a real boy. So
we should become real people and plug ourselves, and we have 2 episodes to record today.
Yes, we do. So I am once again the wonderful Arctisha Frost. You can find me on Twitter at SMTFrost, and you can also find me on Twitch as Arctisha Frost.
I'm Hope Frayol. You can find me on Twitch as @HFrayol, and you can find me on Twitch at Hope Frayol.
Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, once again, still has not got his Twitch. Still not streaming again, so we can't plug him.
I'm Ryan.
We love you, Ryan. Yeah,
I'm
Ryan, join Twitch. Become one of
Thank you, Ryan.
Yoshi's husbandos.
I'm Ryan. Now I'm Crystal Ryan.
Oh no! That's the real one! So,
is Crystal Ryan like Crystal Pepsi?
Yeah, it's got discontinued in the 90s.
Why did we not make a Crystal Pepsi joke at any point until now?
There's a Crystal Pepsi joke. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Stargate Oversight.
Listening.
And next week we'll be back with The Nox. And very soon we shall also finally be giving to you the next bonus episode where we talk about the movie.
Wait, there was a movie?
There sure was! And if you want to find more about that movie, what should the listeners do?
They should subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/SGO podcast. And they should follow us on Twitter at SGO podcast.
That's correct. Indeed, they should. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Goodbye.